A lot of just commercial flights or the heavies coming in?
Yeah. I don't know why. I think maybe community opposition, something like that. What they really need to do is put another Hartsville on the north side up around Atlanta. City of Atlanta actually owns a large tract of land up in Dawson County. I don't know if that's something they may eventually do or not, but a lot of pain in the butt for people that a lot of the
here?
Yep. A lot of people that fly into business into Atlanta are doing business on the north end of town anyway. Who knows? It'd relieve a little bit of that traffic in Hartsville.
Right. All right. So 7 is down there. I got to focus on staying on the center line. I noticed that last time I was in this thing, I was all over the place.
Yeah, little things count, especially with your examiner.
Yeah. Especially when you were saying that, 2 feet, he's not going to ding you for that. And I was like, man, I was like 8 feet off. I'm still way off.
Well, that's kind of like when you do your oil. If you do a good job in your oil, that kind of sets you up for the flight portion.
Right.
And, if you come out here and you're not on center line and you're not really setting yourself up, just little things add up,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, stuff like taxi is kind of a give me.
Right. All right, it's 10 after 8.
Right on up to the whole short line.
All right.
Monarchs must be migrating. I'm seeing an occasional 1 or 2 flying around.
Those, the butterflies. Come on, baby. Okay, we've already done the run-up, so I don't have to go in there.
Yep, just push some extra in. I think we'll be ready to go. Make a call.
Alright. Okay, so we're still on ground though.
Yep, we switch tower.
Alright, let me see if I can remember how to do it on this. Right there.
Go up to your whole short line.
Okay. Gwinnett Tower, Diamond 2034, Mike Kilo holding short at 7, ready to take off. VFR to the east, please.
Diamond 204, Mike Kilo, Gwinnett Tower, on course eastbound, runway 7, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 7, 2404, Mike, Charlie. Kilo, sorry. Thank you. Good Lord. I don't know my alphabet and my numbers, man. Like, who the hell was that just called me? Alright, flaps are down, nobody on final, nobody on the runway. Alright. The floor and a little bit of back pressure all the way back. Airspeed's alive. There's 40, 45, rotate. Oh no, come on.
Be a good instructor, man. You like to talk your way through things. I encourage people to do that. That way they don't forget stuff.
Right. Alright. Let's go ahead and turn to the east. There. What do you want to take it to?
Let's just take it at about 23.
Okay.
We're not that far from the airport, so.
It still is connected to 3 cameras, so that's a good thing. It means there's not one on the runway.
Yeah, no hard landings.
Yeah, right. Alright, so... Blinder right there, right?
Can I see a second?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
No,
I can fix it right here.
What do you do? Truck up, truck... Turn it towards you.
I know why it's not showing up.
Oh, the track to it?
That gives your extended center lines. That makes it easier to...
Okay. Alright, so let's see what... Blinder. Oops, I just jacked it up.
delete.
Delete. I wanted to see what, I jacked it up. I wanted to see what the, CTAF. I don't know it off the top of my head.
You have, 123 000.
How far does it say we're from it?
7 miles, 8 miles.
Yeah.
I think there goes some hay fever going on. Upwind 2 weeks. Alright, so 118.
Where you at?
7, toggle inactive.
0, clear, below 12,000, temperature 20 Celsius, dew point 19er, altimeter 3010. Barlow County Airport. Automated weather observation 1217 Zulu weather, wind calm, visibility 10, clear, below.
Alright, so most common one they use is 3-1, so that sets us up to do a 45 into it. Right. So we're about 5 miles, 6 miles out. You give them a call, tell them what you're going to do. Alright. And County 7, South 528 through Romeo is turning right across wind runway 28, going to be departing back to the northeast.
Winder traffic, Diamond 204, Mike Kilo, 5 miles out from the northwest, coming in downwind, 45 to the downwind on 3-1 for Mike Charlie.
Mike Kilo.
Dang it. Mike Kilo.
Are you one of those kids that got their K's and C's mixed up?
Probably. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start.
Patterns 2000.
Yeah, okay.
Well, that sun's just in the right spot. Can't see anything.
Yeah, I can't see a thing. Coming in at a 45 though, so that's
Yeah,
good.
keep your power around 2000 and I'll hold our elevation.
Okay.
Romeo is departing to the northeast.
Depart to the northeast. Going that way. I don't see it.
Just keep going. Your head right the way. Try to intercept.
They're pouting altitude.
Yeah, straight in front of us. The city, the field.
Right here? Yeah.
Those iPads make it a lot easier to find these places.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Some of the GPSs are a little better. This one's okay, but like the bigger screens,
Right.
they'll have a little bit more detailed on there. Turn right. Maybe a little close to the airport once you get out just a little bit. That golf course there?
Yep.
That's usually where I do my down leg.
Okay.
So, you're a little low already, so we'll make adjustments.
Alright. Okay. Go ahead and pull back to 1500. Had my first matzo flaps. Got me? Okay, I didn't hear myself.
Go ahead and turn because you were low in the pattern to start with.
Okay.
Usually I lose a couple 100 feet down through here.
Winder traffic, 204 Mike Kilo on base for 31. Winder.
The haze over here, isn't it?
Yeah. Oops, I can get some
stop.
Off to the left, right.
Well, this is a runway, but we'll kind of loop around, just make sure there's no traffic here.
Oh God, yeah, we are, aren't we? My legs are shaking.
Winder traffic, Diamond 204 Mike Kilo, clear of the active, taxi back 31 via Alpha. Winder traffic.
I came down pretty hard.
Not too bad.
I was expecting it to float a little bit, but it just doesn't, does it? I have to...
Well, it depends. I mean, it's 60s really about the ideal landing speed.
Okay.
Otherwise, this plane does want to float. If there's wind, you want to be closer to 65. Takes a little bit to get used to.
Where was I at? Like, I was a little fast, wasn't I?
Not really. You came in about right. You were low in the pattern, about 200 feet. So we had to cut everything short because otherwise we would have dropped a lot of altitude. When you are beam the 1,000 footers, you want to be at pattern altitude. And then you want to lose a couple hundred feet on downwind, 80 knots.
Alright.
Third base. Put in your second set of flaps, slow down to about 70 knots, you'll lose about 300 feet there. That'll set us about 500 or 600 feet on final.
Alright, okay. I don't see anybody on final, don't see me on the runway.
Oh, just tell them we're going to remain in the pattern.
Alright. Winder traffic, Diamond 204 Mike Kilo, departing on 31, staying in the pattern, winder. Alright, so one flap down, rich, not gonna worry about the lights, got a strobe on. Down final. On the floor. Full power. Airspeed's alive, 45. Alright, there's 300. Get flaps up. Go crosswind. Back to 2000. Road traffic, Diamond 204, Mike Kilo on downwind for 31, winder.
Is rolling in. We might have to go back. We'll see.
Okay. There's lots of flaps. Yeah, it's rolling in quick, isn't it?
Yeah.
You said right at this pond. Did you say at this pond that you turn?
Yeah, that'd be about right.
That's amazing how fast it comes in.
Yeah.
Winder traffic, Diamond 204, Mike Kilo on base for 31, winder. Last flat.
Yeah, I think we'll
Call it after this one.
we'll head back and we'll do pattern over at Lawrenceville. All right. Helps to be able to see the runway, see what you're doing pattern one. Yeah. Full pop. Pops up. Yep. birds get to fly that low, man. All right, we're going to the west, right? Yep. Just follow your line back. Okay.
Winder traffic, Diamond 204, Mike Kilo has departed Winder to the west. Final call, Winder.
Flaps up.
All right, we can go to the west.
Yeah, what I don't want to happen is just head over towards Lawrenceville and then us not be able to get back into Lawrenceville.
Yeah, no, that would be good.
So direct, big knob, LZU, enter. The second time I've heard this thing sputter.
I know, I heard that. I heard that. I thought it was a bumpet, but it's sputtering, didn't it?
Could be trash or something, the fuel line or...
So that's ground, and I got to figure this thing out.
1241 is Gwinnett Tower.
Yeah, so I want to swap them.
Okay. Go ahead, put ground in the backup. 1218. So we're about 10 miles out. You go in there and call. So we're 10 miles to the east. We would like to come in and do some touch and goes.
Okay. Gwinnett Tower, Diamond 204, Mike Kilo, 10 miles to the east. Would like to come in and do some touch and goes. Just tell them what information I have, I guess.
I'm 204, Mike Kilo, Gwinnett Tower, for the midfield right and downwind, runway 7.
Runway 7, midfield for Mike Kilo. Thank you.
Yeah, you should have probably listened to the weather and called them, but...
Distant west.
Altimeter 3007. Visual approach runway 7 is in use. Advise on initial contact information. Zulu.
Same information. He's trying to be funny this morning. They get bored too, I guess.
Yeah. So, when he says midfield, does that mean crossover?
Nope. He said midfield right downwind.
Oh, right downwind.
Okay, so when we get to midfield, we'll report. That's their way of reminding them that we're up here.
Okay.
If he says midfield right downwind, you know you're actually on the left side of the field.
Yeah.
The way I always remember, if they say a right downwind or right base, What do I need to do in order to make right-hand turns? Which side of the field would I have to be on?
Yeah, well, I'll have to be on this side of the field.
Head towards the field now.
That's the field right over there.
Yep.
And I'm going to do right-hand traffic going in.
Yep. Now he'll probably switch us to left-hand traffic once we get there.
Once we get down.
But since we're coming from this direction, he had us come in on the right field, not right field, but
Right-hand pattern?
right downwind. I can't believe how fast that fog moved in while we were there.
No.
I don't think I've ever seen it move in quite that fast. It was kind of like a little bit more than this. It's just like, whoa.
Yeah.
Luckily, weather changes.
Yeah.
Alright, so you got a before descent checklist.
Canopy closed, canopy warning light off, seatbelts fastened, landing lights on, landing lights on, instrument heading, on. There we go. Okay. Power and desired, mixture full, all temperature, all pressures, all in the green. Passenger safety briefing. We're going to land this thing. If we don't land it, we're going to find a safe place to land it.
We're going to need to change a couple of things on this.
Okay.
It really needs to, let's see approach, go ahead after lane. There needs to be a place on here where it says put your fuel pump on before you come down. Now, we've never turned it off, but when we're doing cross-country stuff, we'll be turning our fuel pump off. If you don't turn it back on when you land, sometimes the engine will cut out.
Okay.
I have to just put a little sticky there or something.
I'm going to go ahead and call.
Yeah, you're not midfield yet.
Okay.
About half the time they'll call you before you call them anyway.
All right. Kind of feels like I'm sinking as opposed to flying it down. Am I going too slow? You know what I mean? It kind of feels like I'm sinking down.
What, on landing?
Yeah.
Well, you are sinking.
Right, but it feels different than it does in the Cessna.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does feel different.
Okay, so that's normal. Turn that down. Good. Thank you.
So you see where that water tower, that church tower out there?
I see the church and the water tower over to your right.
That makes a good base. If you'll cut in right before that water tower,
Okay.
it comes in about right.
Okay.
Yeah, you can report midfield.
All right. Gwinnett Tower, Diamond 204 Kilo, midfield 47.
For my Kilo, runway 7, clear touch and go. After touch and go, make left traffic.
Let's go, make left traffic, 240, Mike Kilo, thank you.
turn here is 2100.
Alright, 1500. Lap of knot, flirts, first lap of knot, flirts, not too fast.
Yeah, if you'll kind of cut between that lake and that water tower, that'll set you up right.
Okay.
And that'll probably be about right. We'll lose about 200 feet through here. Keeping white to red. Normally what I do is I drop it a little high, have two whites, and as soon as that thing starts to turn red, I'll add a little bit of power.
Okay.
And usually at the power settings that I got you at, that's what happens. I think you were a little low on your power back there. You were about 14, 13, instead of 15. Let me show you something. I noticed this with your last two landings. You're not using your feet. Feel my feet? So how much stabler when you try to do this? And this will really hurt you when you have crosswinds because you won't be able to do this. You're going to have to use your rudder more.
Okay.
Your control.
My control.
A little bit of right rudder. Double off. There's that. I got your flaps, full power. It'll also keep you on center line because you keep getting drifted off to the left here,
right?
Which is natural because of the precession. The plane's going to pull to the left. That's the hardest thing people have is to learn to use their rudders correctly.
Okay. All right. Good job.
You can almost get away with it when it's calm like this. But as soon as you get any decent winds, it gets really unstable really quick when you try to use your ailerons because your wings are dipping and then you're catching that wind and it's starting to do that effect.
Knocker, Mr. Alpha, turn now timbers 3009er. For Mike Kilo Kilo, runway 7, clear touch and go.
Clear touch and go on 7 Mike Kilo. 4 Mike Kilo, thank you.
The other thing is your trim's not right. I either have it at neutral or slightly nose up.
Okay. Okay.
Probably neutral with this plane. You kind of have to... Trim doesn't always stay. Sometimes it'll get out of kink a little bit, so it's whatever feels right. But if you get your plane trimmed out right here, it'll usually just do it all the way down and it'll be right.
I feel myself having to push forward right now, so if I let go, it goes nose.
So let go of it. Well, then you need to put some nose down trim.
Right.
You should be able to just kind of let go and it should be fairly stable. You're getting a little bit blown into the runway or curved into the runway. You see where that Walmart is out there?
Yeah.
That makes a pretty good base leg.
Okay. Use my rudders.
So now we got 2 white lights. This is looking good with the power. As soon as that light turns red, I want you to just add a couple of hundred RPM. That'll keep us at the top of the glide slope.
Alright.
The angle looks pretty good. It's a good setup all the way around. There it is. Add a little bit. Keep your nose up just a little bit. You get off to the right just a little bit. Get your nose up a little bit. You're going kind of nose down. It should be about a third of the way up in the window. That landing's assured. We can take the power out. Now we're starting to turn a little bit. Use your rudder. Right for that. Put a right rudder. More right rudder. Gotta keep that rudder in. Not to let your rudder out. Full pop. Again, when it takes off, don't be scared of that rudder. Seems like once you get the ground effect, the plane wants to pull more to the left.
Right, so that's because I feel like I'm straight. As soon as I touch down, it goes to the left. That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, well, you got to keep your controls in. People let their controls out once they hit the ground. You can't do that.
Okay.
Now, if it was windy, say if we had the wind coming from there, I would have pulled that thing as soon as I was touched down. I'd have pulled that into the wind.
Okay.
That's what happens. You're coming in fast. People let their controls go neutral. That wind picks their plane up and starts dancing across the runway.
Okay.
something that a lot of people struggle with, especially in this plane.
Okay.
For my kilo, runway 25, correction, runway 7, clear touch and go.
4 Mike Kilo, touch and go, 7. Thank you.
Looks like there's weather everywhere but here. That's a change. Let's get to the south.
Creeping in.
You're one of those guys. You're a runway hugger.
I know, man.
Air traffic control likes that. Keeps patterns tight. Look at your airspeed.
I see it.
Pull up, pull your nose up. If you get going too fast, you'll lose too much altitude. More right rudder. Hey. The right rudder. Keep that rudder in a little bit. There you go. Better right rudder. Perfect, man. Alright. Best landing. Alright. Full power. I got it.
Oh, you. I don't know. Fine. Oh, no.
Oh!
Bird strike.
Almost, for sure. We could have missed him by about a foot. I thought he might have hit the prop.
It almost feels like I'm landing like this. Is that the perception? I mean, is that what I'm trying to do?
Yeah, you're that last landing was straight.
Okay. Wow. And I'm not seeing what I need to be seeing then.
Well, think about it. I kept telling you right rudder, you landed center line. Where you been landing? Off to the left.
Off to the left, right.
So what you need to do is change your perspective. What seems right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then it'll seem right to you once you get used to it. know how to do it just in case you lose your engine in the pattern. Right. Emergency landing, either way you look at it. So kind of the rule of thumb is if you lose your engine on takeoff, then you can put it back on the runway. Nose down a little bit for me. And put it back on the runway. If you're not high enough to turn the plane back around, then you get about 30 degrees either side, land straight ahead, try to hit a field, a road, whatever you can hit. Hopefully not a house. I'd rather put it in trees than a house. And then, with this plane, once you're up to probably about 700 feet, you probably could get it turned around and just land straight back on the runway. Helicopter, we're showing across the runway, exactly Yankee footman. next Thursday?
Thursday, yes.
Okay. Is that Thursday morning and afternoon?
Thursday at 9.
Okay. I want to go over your pre-solo test with you. Okay. Alright. And then we'll go fly. Alright. We'll just stay here in the pattern and do some more pattern work.
Okay.
I'd like to get you solo very soon. Okay. We'll see where you're at. We'll see what the weather's doing. That kind of stuff.
Okay.
But you look real good today, man.
Alright, good, thank you.
We'll do, is that okay with you? We'll do a couple more landings and then head on back.
Alright.
That'll give us 10 landings.
Okay.
Looks like that mist. I don't know. It looks like it might hold up long enough for us to get a couple more in.
Clear for the option, 4 Mike Kilo, thank you.
It's 27. I heard her say runway 27, but thank you. I'm probably just hearing things. I have had them tell me to land wrong runway.
Oh man, that definitely confused you.
One morning, down at the the tower, we took off of T5, just do some pattern work, and he said to clear to land 7. It was like, you mean 25? He's like, yeah.
Oh god.
He did that 3 times in a row, man. Wow. And then on the third one, I was like, dude, some coffee, man. I probably should have said that, but it was so fun. It was... Everybody makes mistakes.
Oh yeah.
Most of the time they're pretty good about catching themselves if they say something not true.
Eye on this one.
So okay. So you can always back your power out just a little. If you take out 100, 200, and just kind of see what it does. People make a lot of drastic power changes so they get kind of... all this is if you're staying ahead of the plane, it's just, most of the time it's just small little corrections. If you're behind the plane, then you have to make big corrections. Right. Feeling this drop there?
I just found it.
That's it. I'm about to see your pants right there, man. Kind of feel it, look at it. We're getting a little flat here, so you need to add some power. Hold your altitude until we kind of gain it up a little bit. There you go. Now you can let the power out. Keep the nose coming down. Get low in this plane, add power and level off and bring yourself back into the glide slope. A lot of times what people do is just add power. Well, that's just making you get faster to the ground.
That's right.
It does bring you up some, but it's not as effective as adding power and leveling off and getting yourself back in.
Okay.
necessarily climb back up because then you're going to be dropping more airspeed. But just kind of leveling off of that power. Pick up now. I feel it, yeah. Got in good this morning.
And we setting it down this time? Are we setting it down going in?
Yeah, I think so. Good day. We got 10 landings. Got to go into another airport. We got a lot accomplished. unless it's pretty much perfect.
Yeah.
Kind of straight, then left. But your flare looks really good, and your setup looks really good. So we'll see where you are next week.
Okay. Yeah.
Taking students up to, solo, and then